In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use a Google Sheet to make a graph, a bar graph, and then add custom error bars. So what I want to do is I want to graph these mean metabolic rates that I calculated. And so I'm going to go ahead and copy these and move them over to a different place in my spreadsheet. I'm going to paste them in right here. But because these are formulas, I'm going to have to paste them as a special. I just want to paste the values only. And then that got rid of my formatting, so I'll decrease the decimal places here. And then what these are is these are data of male mice and female mice. And I'm going to need these labels in order for Google to graph these data correctly. And then what these data are average metabolic rates. So I want to copy this label here and put it over here. I can make it word wrap so that I can see the whole thing. And then this is what I want to graph. So I'm going to select these cells, these 6 cells, and then I'm going to click on Insert, and I want to insert a chart. And it automatically gives me the chart that I am looking for since I set it up this way. Now I don't want this title. In science, we typically do not have a title above the graph, so we'll get rid of that. I would prefer to have this legend over on the right side, just kind of my preference. So I'm in my setup, I'm going to, in the customize, or let's see, in the customize, I want the legend, and I'm going to position the legend, instead of auto, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the right. And then that's more where I want it. Okay, and then I'm going to drag my table. I'm going to get rid of this for now. And I'm going to drag this over so I can still see my data. Now, I want to put in a y-axis label, and it's the y-axis that actually is showing the metabolic rate. So I want to add a y-axis label. So I go to these 3 dots, I go to Edit Chart, and I want a y-axis label. So I'm going to go into Customize, and under Chart and Axis Titles, I don't want a chart title. I already deleted that. But I want a vertical axis title, and I'm going to type this in. This is metabolic rate, and since I've already typed it before, it came up, but metabolic rate in gram calories per hour per centimeter squared. I have not figured out a way to superscript this too, so I'm just putting it in like this. And so now I have that title. Now I want to get rid of this y-axis or this x-axis label because it's not really what I want to do. But in order to do that, what you can do is you can go back up here and you can just delete that. And then if you delete it from that cell, then it goes away in your graph. And now the graph looks like how I want it to look, except that I want to add some error bars. And I want to add a positive and a negative error bar that shows the calculated standard error. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the male mice, and I'm going to select that series. And again, I'm going to go into Edit Chart, and I want to go into Customize again. And I want to select the series. I do not want to apply the same error bars to both series. I want to start with the male mice, and I want to add some error bars. But I don't want 10% for my error bar. I want to do a custom one. So I'm just going to say a constant error bar, and then I'm going to type in the standard error that I calculated. So I'm going to type in 0.97. And now it is showing me that error bar. And you can see it's right, because the average is about 5.03. You add 0.97 to 5.03 and you get 6. So it looks like that error bar is doing exactly what it's supposed to. Now I want to add an error bar to my female data. So I click on the female red column, and then that changes my series to the female mice. So I scroll down again, click on error bars, click on constant, and I type in the 0.61. And then I have my 2 error bars. So then I can get rid of this. And now I have my graph just like I want it. And you can make a screenshot of this, or you can, I think you might be able to save this. So it gives you a way of copying the chart, and you can try to just copy it and paste it into a Word document. I think you can paste it into a Google Doc, and I'm not sure if that works to paste it into a Google. If that doesn't work, then you can just take a screenshot of it. So that is how you can make a bar graph with Google Sheets and put in an error bar that is customized for the standard error that you calculated.